Some might say that I'm a loner, but I just call it being free. I am my heart's only owner, or at least I used to be. 'Cause now a wildfire is raging deep inside, and my heartstrings are pulling like the tide.
Hey everyone, I'm Calvin with Southern Country Living.
And I'm Marie.
And we want to welcome you to our Sunday chat for this week. This is March the 16th of 2025. And we got some bad weather coming in, don't we, Marie?
Yeah.
It
usually happens that way in March for us here in Georgia. It's usually turbulent, and especially around this time of year.
We got up this morning, we went out looking. We had two spots that we wanted to go set up and do our Sunday chat outside. And both places, the wind was just blowing so bad that it would have had so much noise in it, we didn't want to do it. So we came back home, and we're going to do it in our kitchen. I think this is the first Sunday chat, Marie, since we redid the kitchen for spring.
Okay.
But we've had several cooking videos with your new curtains back there. That's one way to know it's a new video. You see those new curtains back there. But yeah, we definitely got some bad weather coming this evening. And it's over in, I think it's over in Mississippi right now, coming in toward Alabama. But all from Florida all the way up, it's going to be a lot of storms passing through this evening. And the way they talk about it, they talk about like it might be pretty bad. So we're going to keep our eye on it. But we'll go ahead, Marie. Let's do the devotion before we get into our Sunday chat.
Okay.
And today's devotion is on Matthew 3:15. And it's entitled, By the Book.
Matthew 3:15, let it be so now. It is proper for us to do all this to fulfill all righteousness. And then on the bottom here it says, oh, how I love your law. Meditate on it all day long. Your commands are always with me and make me wiser than my enemies. I have kept my feet from an evil path so that I might obey your word. And when we do read God's word, it does help us to, I think it helps us to stay on the path a lot more easier. Can't talk today. Easier. And it also refreshes our mind on how we are to obey the written word. And it says, Jesus had just asked John the Baptist to baptize him, but John resisted. John said that Jesus should baptize him instead, but Jesus always paid attention to what was right. And we can do that when we read our word, the Bible. It says he didn't want anyone to be able to say that he wasn't truly the Messiah because things didn't happen the way the prophets had said they would. He wanted to do things by the book, and sometimes to think about it, Jesus lived by the book. And it says right here, and then so should we. And so that's true. When we do live by the book, our life goes a lot smoother, that's for sure. When we stray and get off the path that God has for us, that's when we get ourselves in a lot of trouble. And also, if you read it in the morning and at night, that's a good thing to do, and the Bible teaches us to do that, to meditate out. I just can't talk today. to meditate on it day and night. Wow, that was a hard word for me to say today.
We were having that problem yesterday when we was doing a cooking video.
Yeah.
And I kept getting a frog in my throat, and I was having the awfulest time trying to talk.
I'm not getting a frog in my throat, but my words were not coming out like I wanted them to. And so when I find myself getting more into the world, it's when I'm reading my Bible less. So I try to do that. I try to read it through every year. I fail sometimes, but anyway, I still keep trying to read the scripture every day that I can. And I mostly do that, but sometimes some things get in the way, and we shouldn't let it, but life happens. But the more that we read it, I think the better we are if we listen to God's word. Okay, Calvin.
Okay. Well, Marie, you got one letter this week. You want to hold that up and show that?
Yeah, and I love my mail, and I thank everyone that sends it, and I read everything, and I keep all of your cards, and I have a big old pile of all of them, Christmas cards and all kinds of cards. Yes, I did get a letter from Sue. It was a good personal letter. She took time out of her life to tell me a little bit about her and her life and what she did in her life. She also was a gospel singer, and she still sings songs to this day, but she is suffering a loss. Her husband passed away, and she's still having a hard time dealing with that. They were married for 60 years, and so I just feel like I know y'all when y'all write me and tell me these kind of things.
It does make it personal, doesn't it?
Yeah, and we did see one of our viewers this week when we were out and about at Walmart, didn't we?
We sure did. We ran into Cheryl.
Yeah.
Cheryl lives over in Cartersville, Georgia, which is only just about 20 miles away. It takes about 30 minutes to drive over there. Uh-huh. But we ran into her at Walmart.
Yeah.
And Cheryl's been watching our channel for a long time. I think back when we probably only had about 3,000 subscribers. Mm-hmm. I believe she was watching us all the way back then.
Yeah,
and so she could probably tell us how long it is exactly. Uh-huh. But I've been reading her comments for a long time, and we really appreciate the people that stay with us and watch us all the time.
Yes, we do. We appreciate our viewers very much.
We sure do. And this week also we had a couple of good praise reports on the Purple Prayer Book for everyone that we've been praying for. And we really love to get praise reports when people are doing better and things are going good.
Yes.
And so we appreciate that very much. And everyone, y'all remember to pray for everyone in the Purple Prayer Book.
Right.
That's very important. Okay, I put this down here just to show you, but Monday is St. Patrick's Day. And Marie put me a little stack of gold there, so it's fake gold, but it's still pretty. I like looking at it. She's had this sitting right up here on the counter, and I see it all the time. I love seeing it, but I thought I'd put it here for the video today. Okay, on today's video, we want to talk about prepping for the storm that's coming. Now, I know that when you see this tomorrow morning, or when you see it on Sunday morning, most of the storm has probably already passed.
Can I interject right quick too?
Uh-huh.
Also, prep for the storms of life and read God's word. I thought I'd throw that in too. I thought it was the perfect time.
Perfect time.
Sorry I interrupted you.
I'll add that to my list here. Okay, so we're recording this on Saturday morning, and it's still morning time for us. But these are some things that we're going to make sure that we have done before the evening gets here, because our storms are supposed to start at 8 o'clock this evening. And I think we've already done all these.
We just barely missed one this morning, didn't we?
Yeah, there was a big storm that passed right by us.
I hope all of them pass by us, but I don't want them to hit anyone. But
yeah, but they're going.
Yeah,
they're so big. There'll definitely be somebody that will get hit, and we're just praying for everybody in the path.
Right.
But here's some things that you need to think about and prepare for. And if you don't have time to do them for this storm, remember them for the next storm that comes. But one, make sure on your car that you got your gas tank full of gas. Now, if it's not completely full, as long as it's got plenty of gas, in case of an emergency and you need to drive to someone else's home, you can go over there.
Right.
Make sure that you keep all your batteries charged for your cell phones and your flashlights, etc. And in our case, we want to keep all our batteries charged for our microphones and our cameras, because if our power goes off, we can still record some video. We won't be able to post it until the power comes back on, but you know, keep the batteries charged for what you're going to need. We've got 2 of these big lanterns that we can charge the batteries on, and they'll last for, I think they'll last probably 24 hours, each one of them. And so I've already got them charged. They're both at a full charge. Keep on hand a small supply of food that you can prepare real easy and real fast without having to actually cook it. It could just be sandwich meats or whatever, you know, just something that you can eat real quick, and have some bottled water, you know, for the worst case emergencies. If you need some food or water for a day or 2, have some of that available. Keep a little bit of cash on you. In this day and time, almost everybody does like we do. We use a debit card, and what we actually do, this is a little tip, but we also use a credit card. Now, we pay that credit card every month. We do not carry a balance over. But when I go to a fast food place, for example, McDonald's, I do not pay with my debit card, because there's been so many instances of people going to fast foods and their debit card information getting stolen and people stealing their money. And when they steal it off your debit card, it takes a long time to get it back, if you ever get it back. But if you use a credit card, that credit card, you can dispute it immediately and get it taken off, and you're not responsible for it. And but
That's good advice, Calvin.
that's something, I don't think I've ever talked about that before, but every month, at the end of the month, we pay that credit card back to zero. And then every time we go to fast foods, we use that credit card. And if I pull into a service station to get gas that's somewhere different from where I normally go to, I always use that credit card. Okay. Another thing that's very important in your house, know exactly which room is your safe room in case of a bad storm, tornado. You get that warning, you got to know exactly where you're going to go to. And if you know there's a possibility of it, like this evening, go ahead and put your pillows and your blankets in there and anything that you want to have in there with you, just in case a bad storm hits while you're in there. Keep a weather radio or have your phone app so that you can get alerts, and you'll know exactly when the emergencies are happening, and you'll know when to go to your safe room and be prepared. Okay, and I mentioned a while ago, yesterday, I kept getting a frog in my throat, and that's happening now when I try to talk, but give me a second. Okay, so I'm sure there's some other things that you might want to do, but just evaluate your situation and what you need to survive in case of a bad storm.
Right.
Okay, we're going to go ahead and talk about something different now. This last week, I did have a CT scan on Monday, and I went online Tuesday and read my CT scan report, and to me, everything looked good. The only negative that has been listed before, and it's listed again, is they are showing that my lung, my right lung, and this is one where I had my surgery back in here, and that right lung has been sore, I think, ever since the surgery. But it does show that I have a little damage to my right lung. And so, you know, I guess I get to live with it, right? But
yeah, I have some issues that I'm having to live with. So I mean, I'm just thankful to be here, aren't you?
I am too, yeah. So that's something, you know. But at least the CT scan did not show any cancer anywhere.
Thank God.
And everything else looked good. Okay, I went to the heart doctor on Thursday, and we talked, and they did an EKG. Everything looked good. They asked me questions, and all my answers was what they wanted to hear. And we did talk about the fact that I get tired easily, and I told them what the CT showed about the lung, and they agreed that that's probably what causes me to get tired quicker is the lung instead of the heart. I had not had my blood work done in a little while, so he wanted me to get my blood work done again. Did all my blood work, and I was real proud because they had adjusted my medicine recently. All my blood work was perfect, with the exception of one thing, my blood sugar. And my blood sugar is still up just a little bit. I think it was 126. And that was my fasting blood sugar. And so I'm working on it. I'm trying, but it don't matter what I do. I can't seem to get it below that. And
it takes a long time of hard work. You know?
And there is some medicine that you can take to help lower that number. But like my doctor said, that particular medicine is going to have negative effects on me with my condition. And it would probably be better not to take that medicine and just deal with the high blood sugar numbers.
I think you've been doing really good, though, not eating as many sweets.
It's hard, but I do sneak a little bit every once in a while. Okay. Okay, so that covers me. I think I talked about everything there. My brother Gerald, a lot of you do follow my brother Gerald and keep up with him, and he's been doing so good at the nursing home. And then we got a phone call like at 4 o'clock in the morning, Thursday morning, I believe it was. Anyway, he had to go back to the hospital. So he is at the hospital, but he's doing good. He's not having any major problems, but they won't keep him a day or two and watch him to make sure he's good before they send him back. But I appreciate everyone praying for my brother Gerald.
Yes.
Okay, this last week, Cynthia had her birthday, and Cynthia turned, I've already said it one time, so I'll say it again. She turned 49 years old. And Cynthia is our youngest. Our son Lamar, he is 52. And so, but Cynthia had a birthday, and we went to her birthday dinner, and Marie made that cake. We did a video on it, the Black Forest poke cake. And she had a real good birthday dinner. We did not take cameras. And I told Kim, I said, Kim, if you take any pictures, send me a couple of pictures so I could put them on video. But we didn't try to record the whole birthday dinner so she could just have her privacy. Okay, another thing that's been going on this last week, time changed back last Sunday. And that's been hard for me to get adjusted to. I keep wanting to sleep an hour later, time-wise, don't you, Marie? But hopefully everybody's getting adjusted to it without too much trouble. And then one more thing I'll mention. Quite a few of you have asked about Kim's channel. And Kim, I talked to her 2 days ago. She said she still wants to keep doing her channel, but right now, her baby Avery is about a year and 3 months old. And she's right at that age that she just demands constant attention. And Kim was telling me, she said, I can't even record at the house hardly, much less record in a store or somewhere out driving, because every time she wants to record, Avery's wanting her to hold her or something. And so, but she said that she will get back to posting videos just as soon as she can. But for right now, she just having to take care of her babies. And they both, y'all have seen them on the picture before, they're both very smart and very intelligent, but they're very active. They like a lot of attention, and they like to do a lot of things, just like Kim. What can I say? Just like Kim. But Kim, the company that Kim worked for is the company that did our merchandise for us. And they wanted Kim to come back to work, even if it was just part-time. They needed her help. And so Kim agreed to go back to work with them part-time to help them out. And so, but anyway, Kim is working right now on opening up another store for us for merchandise. And we're going to try to have it open by the end of this month, March. so that you can order your merchandise for the people that want to get shirts and stuff like that. I know we're going to have shirts and hats and aprons, and we may not have a large selection, but primarily we will have shirts. And as soon as we have it, we'll announce it on one of our videos. Okay, Marie, I think that I covered everything on all that. So now we're going to talk for just a few minutes about the videos that we did last week. Now, this last week, we did put out 6 videos. And out of those 6 videos, 2 of them were throwbacks. And I appreciate everybody that understands. But at our age, I'm 72, Marie's 71, to produce a new video every day, 6 days a week, takes a lot of time, don't it, Marie? Mm-hmm. It really gets you tired and wore out. So we did 4 new ones, and I put 2 old ones back on that were 2 years old each. Mm-hmm. And a lot of our people that watch our channel have never seen the older videos. Mm-hmm. Now, people like Cheryl that's been watching us forever, mm-hmm. I know she's seen it. Jan's seen them all. Yeah. I could just go on a day up. There's a lot of people that have seen all of our videos. But we appreciate you watching them over again. And if you do watch them over again, at least give us a thumbs up, because we appreciate that, don't we?
Yes.
Okay, so last week, our first video last week was our Sunday chat, and it was entitled Wholehearted Service. Mm-hmm. Okay, let me get one drink. Okay, the second video we did last week was the ranch pork chops in a crock pot. Mm-hmm. And you also made that low sugar chocolate cake.
Mm-hmm. Addison loved that. She didn't know it was low sugar.
She didn't even know it, did she?
No.
Avery loved it too. Mm-hmm. And
I think you loved it too.
I did. But I'm going to make one comment, and this may be too much information, but, you know, we're all adults here, okay? But now, I like to buy that Russell Stover's sugar-free chocolate candy. And I've tried it 2 different times. I love it. It tastes as good. But that Russell Stover's sugar-free chocolate candy causes me to have problems with gas, okay? And
that is too much information.
Too much information. But the low sugar chocolate cake was so delicious. But it did cause me to have problems with gas. And the only reason I mention it was I think I had a couple of people that asked in the comments, did it cause you any problems with gas?
Yeah.
And so I think it's fair to let our people know, especially the people that watch that's closer to our age, you know, if you make that low sugar chocolate cake, it may cause you to have some gas, okay? I don't know what they put in it to make it be that way, but it does it.
And this is purely just us speculating on our experience.
Right. Younger people, it probably don't cause them a problem. But if you're in our age group and you're trying to be low sugar or sugar-free, some of the things that you make may be that way.
And we're not giving like medical advice or anything. We're just telling you what our experience was.
and I still like what one of our viewers told us. She said that you're actually better off, instead of using the sugar-free stuff, to go ahead and use sugar and make your recipes, but just don't eat as much of it, just eat little small amounts.
Right.
And that's sort of what I've been doing, you know, on the candies or little sweets. I get just a little bit of time. But now I do love those little Werther's sugar-free caramels, and they don't seem to cause me any problems at all. Okay, third video we did was the cabbage roll in a skillet and the key lime pie. Now that was one of the throwback videos, but that I remember that meal. I remember that pie. It was very good, wasn't it, Marie?
Yeah, it's one. I make a lot of different recipes, and I make them different ways sometimes. And that's one of the easy ways to make key lime pie. But I also have another recipe on our channel of how I make a key lime pie too, and I like both of them.
Okay. The next video that we did was the cheesy hamburger potato soup. That was fantastic. I love potato soup. I love cheese. I love hamburger meat. You couldn't ask for anything better than that. And I thoroughly enjoyed that. Okay, the next video we had was the beef and pepper rice bowl. Now that video was a throwback video from 2 years ago, but I also remember that one very good.
Yeah, it was very, I like it. I like that one too.
When I was writing it down just a few minutes ago on our notepad here, I was thinking about another video that we're going to make possibly this coming week or next week, but coming up soon, that's going to be similar to that, you know, slightly different, but similar to it. And I'm looking forward to that meal also. Okay, Marie, the last video we did last week was the Black Forest poke cake that you made for Cynthia's birthday dinner. And we made it. That was so good. We took it to the dinner, cut it at the dinner, and ate it. And when we got through, I think it was about 3 pieces left. And we told Cynthia to take those home with her, that we did not want to bring them home with us because I knew what would happen. I would have ate them. And Cynthia, she was thinking the same thing, but she said she's going to give some to Jason's parents. Yeah, but yes, that Black Forest poke cake was really good. And if I had have brought it home, I know I would have had to eat some more because it was that good. Okay, Marie, that covers all the videos that we did this week. We've had a very good week. Marie and I worked together yesterday, and we made the video that'll be coming out Monday evening. And it's a very frugal meal. Didn't cost hardly anything to make it. We used pretty much everything that we already had on hand, everything. And oh, so good. And it's a different idea on something that we normally make a lot. So y'all be sure and watch Monday evening for that video. I hope you enjoy it. Marie, you have anything else you want to add before we close out for this week?
Just everyone stay safe this weekend if you're in the path of the storms. And please remember to pray for everyone on the Purple Prayer Book. I know Calvin has already asked you to do it, but I just wanted to remind everyone. And so y'all have a good weekend. And so now do what you love and love what you do, and we'll see you on the next video. Bye.
Welcome to Southern Country Living, where Calvin and Marie's love is always given. Cooking up a storm, sharing their life. Do what you love what you do. That's their advice. Down in the South, where the living is sweet, come on in, take a seat. We'll show you how to cook with love and live a life that you're proud of.